So in an hour, me, Apollo, and Kate are going to be on Kate's stream playing Clank, a deck-building board game in Tabletop Simulator that is a lot of fun, and I hope you will come watch us when the show's over. Yo, it's so quiet compared to Call of Duty Modern Warzone. It's the most maximalistic game of all time. Everything about it is like, it's so loud. Every other game sounds like a Portishead song by comparison. Dun, dun, dun. Dun, 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 dun. No, not story mode. Don't be a fool. So here's what I'm thinking. You know, we got about an hour. Let's pog off to an extreme degree. Top levels all time. Super expert. And then the ones I've never played. Because some of these were used for the Golden Goblet. This one was not. No, I've done this. I've done Mario kicking goals, I think. I've done crazy jumps. I've done Fishbone Canyon. I mean, you can see for yourself. I got flags next to a lot of these. Infernal Garden. P-Switch Parkour. Winter Wonderland. Alright, so when I said top courses ever, maybe not, you know, top 50. Top 50. Hey, NL. Nice jumper. Does your new office have a window? Oh, thank you. It does, but I don't like to open the blinds. Because it makes my dome glint. And I don't like to open the window itself because then people could hear what I'm saying. So particularly like if a delivery person came to the door, I would be a little bit confused. Or they would be a little bit confused. I would just be merely embarrassed. Yo, interesting level so far. Hey, Tim Bio. Thank you for the gifted subscriptions. Much appreciated. I get it now. I get it now. Okay. They'd be like, what's Pog? Dunk, 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 dunk. Okay, I see. We got to bounce on that guy. I get it. I get it. Yo, this is a great level. No! The checkpoint was right there. The checkpoint was right there. This is hard. It's hard because it requires patience, which has never really been my strong suit in these games. I waited because I wanted to make sure the Galumba was in the best place to bounce off of, but I think we should have just accepted that it was better to go faster on that one. And try to... If we have to finesse the bounce, then we gotta finesse the bounce. Don't talk to me about that one, please. That time I was like, I gotta go as soon as the Galumba pops out. And there was obviously a mistake. I know that. You know that. I mean, I can't be as good in every game as I was in Warzone today. I mean, that was like, it wasn't my best Warzone performance ever. But keep in mind that my best Warzone performances... Oh my god, I did the same thing. My best Warzone performances ever are honestly just like 2 cars being encountered instead of 1 or 0. Ah! We landed some good shots, though, for sure. I love a game with hit markers, dude. That way, even if I'm like shooting blindly, when I hear that ka-tunk-tunk, when I hear the ka-tunk-tunk, I'm very happy. Also, the fact that I won the Golden Goblet today. It was the first Golden Goblet win in 10 days. Probably even more than 10 days, because before we did Warzone, weren't we playing like SNES games? Which didn't go particularly well for me. So to get a gold in the Golden Goblet, I was like, oh, I'm finally back. I don't have to pitch Slay the Spire to the guys next week just to make it fair. Why would you go, though? Like... Like, why would you go? Yeah, I feel like Warzone is in a good place right now. Obviously, like, this week and last week are gonna be, like, the pinnacle of how much we're gonna play it. Check this out. Rome wasn't built in a day, dude. Oh! But we'll keep playing it for sure, at least on Tuesdays. It's really like it's the poggiest Unity game in a long time. NHL though, dude, I gotta tell you, I don't know how many people here actually care about EA SHL. But I've been playing online versus for a while, and my record's pretty good. I'm probably at like 60% wins, 40% losses. But in EA SHL, I was playing as a puck-moving defenseman. And I'm just here to tell you, you could not ask for a better defenseman on your team. Giving up less than 1 penalty shot per game. Which is, it sounds high, but is actually pretty low. Passing the puck, always looking for the breakout pass. Getting in position after the face-off. I'm good at defense is what people who can't score say. Everybody can score in EA SHL. You just learn a deke on YouTube and do it. Defense is hard. Because most people just like smash the right bumper to poke check and end up tripping people all the time. Oh. I wish they were smashing the like button. Guilty as charged, sir. I was playing some good games. I mean, we did have a game where we lost like 10-1. I'll give you 10-1. That was not a great game. But that wasn't really the defense's problem. Like, honestly, I mean, I'm not going to say that it helped. But it's not like having good defense is going to prevent a 10-1 loss. It was really like, you know, my teammates only went for one-timers. And then when the enemy defense got through the... They figured that out, they just never got passes in the zone ever again. Anyway, we don't need to talk that much about hockey. I'm just saying. Yeah, Jay, we should run it up, dude. Playmaking left winger, that sounds great. We do need... The only thing that sucks is that, like, I'm pretty good at taking face-offs. But I don't want to play center. Because I think I'm good enough at defense that that's important. But we need somebody to take face-offs. Because otherwise, we'll lose 100% of the face-offs online. The strongest part of, like, random gamers games in EA SHL is face-offs and deeks. This is no problem. This part right here is, like, welcome to Apollo's level. Sweetheart. Oops. 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 Oh, note blocks. What? Okay, let's not talk about that one. Malf Raid missed 1,000 overhead press challenge. Thank you for the raid, Malf. Much appreciated. Thought we had good pogged up. Oh! Pogged up Warzone games today, Malf. I know that in the start of the game, we're all on the same page. Once we get everybody on the same page for the end of the game, we will never lose again. Once we realize we strike the right balance between camping and not camping, it's over. We're gonna get like non-stop wins. It's guaranteed. That was a good level. Very creative level. I like it. Do I want to do it again? No, not really. A lot of waiting. Yo, we've never done Kamikaze Part 11. That first win is gonna feel so good, too. Oh. Okay. 3 1-ups at the start. That's how you know you're working with the level creator instead of against them. Whoop. That's no problem. Light Kaizo. Light Kaizo. What about Elden Ring? Dude, I went to Elden Ring today. Or the subreddit, I should say. The Elden Ring subreddit is hilarious. Like, literally every post on the Elden Ring subreddit today was just various Wojaks being upset that the game didn't have any footage at the press conference. I wasn't laughing to, like, make fun of them. I was laughing because I was like, I can relate to that. Where's my Elden Ring footage, dude? Look at that. Look at that. I mean, what can you say? That's one heck of a sight read. Oh. It's still, anytime you sight read any, like, full checkpoint segment in a super expert level, you're like, this is outrageous. I love Mario Maker, dude. Can Nintendo just hire, like 100 full-time Mario Maker level creators to just pump out super expert levels so that I can mine it for profit? God, I wish that was me. Like, this is, I mean, come on. That's a lot of fun. People do it for free? Yeah, but I want more. But yeah, I did go to the... Well, you know what? Here's the journey that I went on last night. It's the same reason I ended up Googling medieval swords. But I was like, let's go to the Dark Souls 3 wiki and figure out what's going on with Dark Souls 3's story. Because I honestly have no idea what happened in Dark Souls 3. Except for the fact that I know Lords of Cinder are people who previously kindled the first flame. And then literally go to Wikipedia, or go to Google, I should say. Type in Dark Souls 3 story explained. And read the Dark Souls 3 wiki. Or at least look at how long it is. It's literally, it's probably 200,000 words. I read it for like a half hour last night, and I don't think I even made it out of the section that was like, a precursor, Dark Souls 1 story explained. Like, it was outrageous. Sorry, we gotta try to, I mean, you know what's happening. And then I was like, you know what? Maybe I'll just read up on swords. Because the lore is it's a little much for me. I learned some cool things, but I was also like, it's a little much. Oh, baby. I'm not saying we're setting the world record, but just a deathless run would be pretty sick. It is a pretty easy level, though, I'll admit. Could be easier. I mean, it could be convergence, divergence. Okay, fine. Okay, you got me. Okay, you got me. Koopa jumping challenge. We've already done it. We've already done it. Kamakaizo part 13. Never done it. Okay. When I see these, I don't think I'm the only one, but I have like PTSD from that one Apollo level. Where, you know, as soon as these things fall, if you're not off of them, you're already toasted. This is interesting. What's your sight read on the Dark Souls 3 story? Dark Souls 3 retcons the soul lore slightly to be like Dark Souls 3 is kind of like Infinity War plus Endgame. Like, you thought Dark Souls 3 was like a standalone story, but actually it recontextualizes Dark Souls 1's events as being like just one series of events in an endless cycle that has taken place over all of infinity. And that's why at the end of the game, when you fight the soul of Cinder, you're actually, like, fighting all of the previous warriors who have ever linked the flame and given their life to the cemetery of ash to continue the Age of Fire. That's about all I got. I know there's finer points, but I think that was pretty okay. Yeah, thank you. I'm more right than wrong. But literally, it started, the Wikipedia, or the Dark Souls wiki started with, like, here's the events of Dark Souls 1, and also, like, the world prior to Dark Souls 1, and also here's some stuff about Dark Souls 2, and I was like, well, I can't read that, because I'm gonna play Dark Souls 2. Send it? Send it? Okay, I regret this. Yeah, it's not gonna make it. So that's the fake lore? What's the real lore? I mean, I don't know, the real lore, I think, is that, like, all this stuff was written by the people that played the game and interpreted it, not by the developers. Like, if you ask Miyazaki who Velka is, I don't know if he's gonna have the answer. I'm just being honest. He might have known at one point. Oh, let's go. We're still in it. All right. It's not too bad. Dun, 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 dun. That was never going to make it. It's literally 25,000 words, basically a novella. That's it. I started reading it. I was like, a brief synopsis of Dark Souls 3 lore. Is there going to be more FMV goodness on Sunday? You guys don't even know yet. You're in for, not specifically Sunday, but you're in for a great series of streams. There will be a little sponsored streaming tomorrow of a very cool multiplayer game that's coming out on Steam. That's post-Checkpoint League. On Sunday, there will be an FMV game, followed by busting out the Logitech G29 wheel for another 10 out of 10 sponsored stream. And there may well be another sponsored thing next week that will add some more stream time on, and people are going to be highly pogged for. That's all I'm going to say. The only other thing I'm going to say is it's not Isaac. Because I know people are going to be like, Isaac DLC! It's not Isaac DLC. Alright, get me out of here. Elden Ring! I love Upthrow Cavern. We've done Kamakaizo Part 5. What the heck is this? Bomb spin jump. Absolute god if you can clear, good luck. I 100%, I'm not going to say I will, but I want to go back to Landlord Super. It will require restarting the game. That's okay with me. I think there's still a lot more juice to mine. Help me. Maybe we don't have to restart. Maybe we could just buy a sledgehammer, but I don't know. We glitched up the game pretty good. Small jumps. Oh, big jumps, big jumps. Buying the sand was great. Thank you. I didn't realize that it was going to be 10 bags. Have you any wool? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. 10 bags full. 10 bags per order, I should say. Yeah, I think restarting is good. I screwed up my whole economy with my build order, dude. Okay, here we go. Nope. Yeah, I think you're right. I think we got to fall on the right side of that. I agree. Gears Tactics. Here's where I'm at. Here's the purgatory I'm in for strategy tactics games. I would love to do another campaign. I'm skeptical viewership is going to be where I need it to be for it. But if I'm going to do it, it's going to be XCOM 2 again. It's not going to be Gears Tactics. Gears Tactics seems great, don't get me wrong. But I think for sure, people would rather watch more XCOM. No. No. Let's go. They scared me. This is like a horror game. XCOM 2 with the NLSS voice pack. I mean, it is... Don't get me wrong. Gears Tactics, when I played it, I was like, this is very good. But also, I know it gets less cinematic later, but it was a little too cinematic-y at the start. But I can't promise. I can't promise yet. Whoops. Because it is like, it's a huge time investment. Just make it. Just make it, brother. Yay! How can you read chat and talk? Well, you can only, oh, sorry. I'm gonna die. You can only pick two. You can be good at the game, read chat, and or talk. You gotta take two of those three. Apart from that, there are tactics. A quick chat glance, so fast that most people wouldn't even notice it, like right there. Oh no. We're not making it out of this one, boys. We both knew this was a one-way trip. But that's like, if you didn't watch Check the Wire today, it's a good episode, it's a long episode. But I told Dan, I was like, I'm very happy with where I'm at in my streaming life, don't get me wrong. But I'm telling you, if I could get twice as good as I am at Warzone, we would have 10,000 concurrent viewers before the end of 2020. On average. If I could just... I don't have to be great. If I could just not be actively horrible, it would be a huge business change. You'd stop watching if I got good? Even if I kept the same level of quality banter and discourse, you would stop watching because I'm good? I don't buy it. I don't believe you. Quite simply, I don't believe you. What were you thinking about that one, dude? I gotta do one of those, like, aim trainers on Steam. Like, I'm telling you, I don't have to be great. If I could just be above average, I think that would be enough. Like, what do you want from me here? That's what you want from me. That's incredible. And in return, I'll teach some of the good Call of Duty players how to have a personality and banter on stream. It'll be a real win-win. And when they're like, this is the time where I want to have a really hot take about ending the lockdown, I'll be like, just don't. Just let that thought percolate in your head for a little bit and, you know, get some kills, get some loot, and then just, like, don't do that. I promise, it'll work. It'll be better. It'll be better this way. You gotta lower your sends. The thing is, like, my sends, I copied my sends from the Shroud settings already. So I've already gotten as much free juice out of that as is possible for me to get. Unfortunately. My DPI might be all fricked up. I don't know. Oh, what do you want from me on that one? Do a masterclass on how to banter. It's very flattering first, thank you. But, can I tell you, honestly, masterclass is probably the only YouTube ad I actually actively watch all the way through, anytime it's on. Like, I was watching a video that had a mid-roll the other day, and a 2.5-minute ad for Thomas Keller's cooking masterclass came on. And I was like, I'm not gonna watch this whole thing. Sure enough, 150 seconds later, I was like, oh, I gotta learn how to make that creme brulee. Now, have I ever purchased a masterclass? No. However, the ads are compelling pieces of media in their own right. They do a great job with the spectacle on those. What? I did it completely by accident. Bruh. It didn't go off right. You gotta land on it one more time. You gotta land on it one more time. Oh, and that's just not gonna go anywhere, huh? How about this? How about we just hit you with one of these? You have chirping advice? Absolutely not. Whenever I play NHL, I play with my both mic and headphones off. I don't know if people realize that there's like it probably applies to all sports games, but the one I've played the most is definitely NHL. There's like a whole sports psychology to playing games online. Like for example, sometimes you'll play against people who are just really nice. Then you got no problem. But sometimes you'll play against people who like they'll skip your replays but only watch their own. They're all trying to just get in your head. That's the whole thing. They're trying to get in your head. When you score a goal, they'll pause you for 30 seconds just to like make you wait. And cuz like legitimately I'm telling you, it's the Canadian curse. I was like briefly #1 on the leaderboards for I think it was ESPN and NHL. It was either NHL 2K4 or is ESPN NHL Hockey. I can't remember which one. It was the one with Vincent Lecavalier on the cover. And I learned all this stuff from playing against people who are like, you know, they just get salty and they try to get inside of your head. You have an obligation as a good human being to not let them. Okay, we're back. It was NHL 06? It was not NHL 06. It was one of the 2K games. I'm okay. I'm okay at the EA games, but I was high up in the 2K games. Vinny was on NHL 06. You know what? It was Martin St. Louis. You were absolutely right. It was not Vincent Lecavalier, now that I think about it. It was Martin St. Louis. Or, sorry, Martin St. Louis. We're not going anywhere on this one. 2K5. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it. So you gotta... the only way you can get tilted is by letting them talk. Which is why I don't play PS4 with a headset on. It's way better that way. I'm a much less sore loser now. Like, I lost the game. It was 3-2 going into the third period. I lost 9-2. They scored 6 goals on me in 20 minutes, which is like, in real time, that's like 3.5 minutes. And the whole time, I was like, I'd rather be winning, but I'm just happy to be like enjoying my leisure time. Okay, these are the important moments here. If you had to fight for your honor, would it be Isaac or NHL 2K5? I mean, it would be Isaac. Well, I don't know. It depends who I'm fighting against. Let's go! If I'm playing against Cobalt, we're playing NHL 2K5. We're playing against Invicta, we're playing NHL 2K5. If I'm playing against Malf, it would probably still be NHL 2K5, but that'd be closer. You are a god. It's a good level. A lot of moving parts, but definitely an I like it for sure. THX. Sky Adventure difficult. It's amazing if you can clear it. Good luck. It's the same dude. It's the same dude. League of Legends sub goal will be a big pog. I genuinely, if/when we make it there, you tried to trick me. I give us above 50% chance of winning our first game. Sincerely. I have won, or I have played so much Dota. If the matchmaking actually works, I have an advantage. It's been a long time, but if the matchmaking matches me against other trash players, I should have a chance. Isn't it full of Smurfs? Yeah, but in a weird way, I'm kind of a Smurf. Because I have 700 hours in the game's closest competitor. Same death every time. Don't go back, I did, and it's trash. I'm realizing that, like, League has people riled up in the same way that, like World of Warcraft does. I am completely capable of playing one League game without turning into a Salt Lord. If anything, it'll just be humorous. Like, I saw someone say, don't go back, I went back and it's trash. I'm not going back. I was never there. You won't be a Salt Lord, chat will be? I don't think so. I honestly don't believe it. I could be wrong. I've been wrong before about stuff like this, but I think people will mostly be like, this is funny. Let's go. I don't think so. The community is bad? You're the community. It's not like we're gonna have like 100,000 people watch the video that have never seen anything I've ever made before and be like, this guy sucks. And if they say this guy sucks, who cares? They're right, I suck at League. So it's really gonna be you guys keeping each other honest. Oh, I like this section. Not difficult, but very interesting. Oh, baby. This is a double bounce. It's a double bounce. It's a double bounce. Oh, come on! Don't play League, it's boring to watch. I agree. Like, extremely. However, it's one video. That in and of itself will make it hilarious. You can't persuade me on this one. It can't be done. Just straight up. Oh, no. It's like going to Salt Bay's restaurant, you know? Everybody's like, Salt Bay's restaurant is overrated. But if I was in NYC, and Kate was like, you want to go to Salt Bay's restaurant? I'd be like, you know what? It'll make for a weird story no matter what. Let's go. Don't trick me. Don't trick me with a muncher. Wow. That's my favorite sound in Mario, dude. What are you thinking here? 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 What were you thinking there? I think we missed a P somewhere. We didn't yeet something, I think. You actually, you just had to wait for the P to end? Really? I was too good? So the timing was weird? That's funny. I can live with that. You just needed to wait for the music? I'm not a good waiter. At least in video games. In real life, I'm fairly patient. Depends on the situation. In video games, not so much. I mean, like, I would be more upset if this was hard, but actually it's like, it's extremely easy. If you play League and you're a god in the game, will you continue or stop? I will never play League after the subscriber milestone. It would take a hypothetical so implausible as to be functionally not within the realm of possibility. If I posted the video and it got like 2 million views, I might be like, okay, once a week we're gonna upload a League match. That's about it. If the subreddit praises it, would you continue playing? No. It's not like mean-spirited, it's just like obvious optics. It's like, you're talking to like, you know, an NBA player who's gonna join the home run derby for the Major League Baseball All-Star game. And you're like, don't do it, Ja Morant. Baseball's boring. And he's like, I think it'll be fun to just be in the home run derby. Then you're like, what if you hit 100 home runs? Are you gonna start playing baseball instead? No, like I got a good thing going here. I mean, if the New York Yankees came up to me after the home run derby and were like, we're gonna give you $300 million to start playing, you know, for the Yankees, you might have a conversation. But within the realm of possibility, no. What if you end up enjoying it? Doesn't matter. I'm having a child. League of Legends and raising a human being, I consider them incompatible in the early years, at least. What? I just fell. I just fell. Is this because of all of your time in the HOTS? This is and this is not frustration. It's merely like I want to be illustrative. It's one video. It's what we've been talking about it on Check the Wire a lot. You know, like I upload like 200 videos a month. For one of those videos to be like a fun one-off League of Legends thing, who cares? We're gonna talk about it for 90 minutes when the video would take like half an hour to make. It's just one video, Michael. How much could it cost? $10? Brett. It's just one of those things where it's like the same where people are like, I'm worried about how bad like the Doki Doki community is gonna be. I'm like, you're not. Don't be a fool. It's not the Doki Doki community. It's not like there's a Discord of Doki Doki fans that are gonna be like, we all gotta watch this. It's you. You just say I'm worried about how all react when he plays Doki Doki Literature Club. And if you're worried about that, you just get a handle on yourself. It's no big deal. Plus, I already told everybody, all the Doki Doki videos will be recorded before the series even starts. So all of your criticism will fall on deaf ears. The same at First Rodeo. Played Life is Strange. Life is Strange 2. I've done it all. It's no problem. Send it. Now we wait. That's a good level. Amazing. An amazing flourish at the end. That's good stuff. Garden in the Sky. Fight your way through the Botanical Palace. Oh, well, we can still do it. This is not that hard. It would have worked. It would have worked. Let's go. Let's go. I see what you gotta do. I see what you gotta do there. Garden in the sky. Whoops. Okay, well, cheese it. He doesn't know what he's doing. It's just pure luck right now. How far away are we from seeing some hard Kaizo levels? Excuse me? You have the audacity to say stuff like that to me? These are hard levels. Whoops. Toasted. Are you gonna play Valorant? I would be very surprised if we don't peep it on a Team Unity at some point. But instead of that Horizon being, you know, like 2 weeks ago, the Horizon is like, it might be months. But I would be surprised to see us not play it. But I think there's definitely a situation in which it happens. Like, if Apollo stops playing it, nobody else is super pogged about it, so that, like, the odds are it would take a backseat for a while. But I would be surprised to see us not try it out for a Team Unity. I understand the potential pitfalls of it. Oh, I see, I see. But for now, like, we won't be deviating from Warzone for a while. I did love the comment. This is not a negative comment. It was just funny. I just think it's funny. They were like, watching Team Unity Warzone on Tuesday was like watching Space Jam after the NBA players lose their powers. I was like, you know what? It's an extremely good metaphor. We had a bad run on Tuesday. We had a good run today. Hello.
Hello.
Yo.
Did you notice that your floor is extremely clean?
Oh, did I notice my floor is extremely clean?
Yeah.
Yo, I did. The whole time I've been in here, I've been like, my socks have never felt more pristine. Did you Swiffer? Is that what happened?
Your floor was extremely dirty, so I cleaned it with wet tissue.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. She brought me a cup of tea, too. I'm starting to think this girl might like me. Ah! There we go. Now we can think for a second. She's just being nice. Whoop! Meet the old wife. Same as the old wife. It's not old wife. It's just wife. You know, like, this month, we've been married for 6 years. It's crazy. It's a long time. When we talked about it, because we did the thing that all married couples do, where we go, wow, 6 years, huh? I was like, we outlasted something, and I was like, it was a really good joke. It wasn't another couple, it wasn't at their expense. I was like, we outlasted blank. What was it? Oh, that's gonna haunt me. Because she was like, we did outlast that. Vanilla Isaac? Well, obviously. Tumbleseed. You don't have to have a long marriage to outlast the Tumbleseed playthrough. That's true, we did outlast every couple in 90 Day Fiancé combined, I think. At least every season, you know? Not like each individual season, I should say. That's tough, that's tough. Where do you see yourself in the next 6 years? That's tough, you know? Having a child on the way this year, you know, our life will probably change more than it has in the past 6 years. Honestly, like, not much has changed for us in the past 6 years. We've moved, you know. and we're having a kid. But for the most part, it's pretty, it's very similar to what it was like in 2014. Better, though, for sure. But I don't know. It's probably unlikely to keep that level of staticness for another 6 years. So honestly, like, I have no idea. Couldn't answer the question. Like, smack dab in the middle of the 2026 COVID pandemic. Are you gonna hire your child a Fortnite coach? Kate and I, we've discovered a lot about our parenting styles. Like yesterday, Kate wanted bubble tea. So we got bubble tea. And then she was like, at what age can a child have bubble tea? And we both answered the question at the same time with different answers. I said 10, and she said 3. Go for it! And I love that in chat, people are simultaneously just as baffled by 3 as they are by 10. Oh, I see what we gotta do here. But I don't know, we've also been talking, Kate was like, you know, like if Luna has like school problems, you gotta handle the school problems, because I think like, I just want her to be happy. I think you want her to succeed in school. And I was like, yeah, you're absolutely, I'm gonna be bad cop on that one, for sure. I mean, I've, a lot of my character, let's call it that, is exaggerated for YouTube, but there are elements of truth in it where I'm like, if there's not a good reason for you to not be getting straight A's, then you're getting straight A's. Like, because it's easy. At least if you're in, like, public school. Like, it was not that long ago that, like, I was 10. I was getting straight A's playing video games, like, 3 hours, 4 hours, 5 hours a night. If there's a good reason to not be getting straight A's, then there's a good reason. But if there's not a good reason, come on, get some straight A's. That was 20 years ago. Has school gotten harder in the last 20 years? Now, the public school curriculum in Canada keeps taking math stuff out because it's too hard. I'm pretty sure by the time our kids in high school, they won't be teaching multiplication until like 12th grade. Come on. You're from North America? It's true, so will my child. My child will also be from North America. I would say that I have relevant experience in this regard. Have you seen the effed up way they teach kids multiplication now? I have not. What effed up what effed up way do they teach multiplication these days? Good stuff. We're out here. This 2 times 2 equals 5. What the fuck? I'm not even supposed to be here. I don't know, everybody's got different priorities. Like, here's my thing. I don't think you have to do well in school to have a good life. But, oh, we go over top there. My current opinion is more like, whatever you do, I would like you to give it your all. So, like, if you're 10 and, like, you're in elementary school, you're in middle school, like, just give it your all. I know it's hard to explain to a 10-year-old. If you graduate from high school and you're like, even though I got straight A's, I don't want to go to university, I don't want to go to college, I want to be, like, an electrician or something, or I want to work construction, or blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, that's okay, just give it your all. If you're getting, like, C's in high school, because you're, like, you know, I just don't want to do this stuff. I'm like, you know, that's kind of lame. That's lame to me. Surely we have to just stay over on that one. What if they want to be a YouTuber? That's probably like a real conversation we'd have to have. I don't know. That's another one you'd have to ask age on. I think once a kid got to be like 16, you could start to think about it. But it would be with like some serious... Like, I would be watching every stream. Which would be sick, because that would mean like I'm retired. But, because that's a lot of work. And that's assuming this business even like, you know, is still around then. Who knows? Okay, hold on. This is the first actually hard level we played today. You want me over the top? Let's go. Okay, I see what we're doing next. Anyway, but that is like that's my thoughts on school. It's like I don't care if you like want to become a dentist or whatever, but like if you're doing something for 8 hours a day, put your all into it. I've got a good memory. I remember what it was like to be in middle school. I had a lot of free time. There's low excuses. Not no excuses, but low excuses. I don't know, if you want to... You should ask Dan how he feels about that. I feel like Dan and I have, like, the opposite situation. Like, yeah, Kate and I were talking about Montessori schools. I think we both have the same boomer opinion on a Montessori school. Which is, like, if you don't know what a Montessori school is, I'm kind of ignorant to it as well, based on my take, as you will see. But a Montessori school is where, like, the child... Based on what they're good at and what they like to do, the curriculum is structured around that. So instead of being like, you know, we got an hour of math, an hour of reading, an hour of writing, an hour of art, blah, blah, blah. It's like, you know, if you enjoy reading, then you're going to get more reading. If you enjoy writing, you're going to get more writing. Both Kate and I are like, wouldn't the kid just like want to run around all the time? Wouldn't like 90% of the kids be like, more crafts, please? Less math? I didn't say all kids, it's just 90%. Yeah, I love snack class. So I don't know. We haven't talked about that yet. The school system's kind of like messed up here. No, I mean, not the school system. Let me rephrase. It's the system of going to school. Because, like, there's huge waiting lists for Vancouver schools right now because the city was not built for, you know, this amount of population. And simultaneously... Oh, we just had to go through there. Simultaneously, like, we have, like, the lowest, by percentage, like, property tax in the country. So when it comes to, like... actually building schools, the land is very expensive and the city doesn't have like that much money to do it. So we're like, do we need to put our kid on the waiting list like before they're even out the pocket? I have no idea. As a teacher, this conversation makes me rage. So much ignorance around education. It's gonna be an insulting comment, brother. You're just gonna have to let me say it. If you're a teacher, why don't you teach me? Why don't you teach me the things that I'm ignorant on? I'm a sponge right now. I'm open to having the information. I am open to it. I mean, like I said, like I'm at that crossroads of like a young man's life right now, where I've had all these like strong opinions online that I've only been able to hold because I've never actually had to stick to them in any real sense. You know, like the political opinions of most of Twitch chat. And now there's actually like I actually have like real, you know, consequences to my actions. So I have to think about, you know, I have to educate myself on whether or not my beliefs of like every class should just be math is actually like sensible at all. Obviously I know that one's not, but that's also not really my real opinion. Okay, hold on. Hold on. Just ask Dan, he's a former teacher who can give you the first grade instructions. I would trust Dan's opinion on what he believes about the education system, at least. I know that sounds like a backhanded compliment, but like, you know, from what I know about Dan, I don't think he's like lackadaisical in the ways that he, you know, makes these decisions about his family. I think he takes a lot of consideration, and you know, maybe what works for him wouldn't work for us, but maybe it would. Yeah, I was a teacher as well. I mean, but that didn't, like, it's not like I was part of the education system. I was a mercenary. Here's my, from teaching in Korea, here's my thoughts on the education system. Don't drive your 6th graders to depression, forcing them to take exams that determine the outcome of the rest of their life just to get into a good high school. What are you a good high school? Like you want them to go to a prestigious 9th grade. That's madness to me. On the other hand, I will also say, those 6th graders were better at math than I was when I had a university degree. So there's positives and negatives. I would say the complete erosion of a child's sleep, childhood, and happiness probably doesn't make up for it. But it's not like there's no positives. Okay. Were they better at English? No. Some of them were really good, though. Help. Oh, that's no good. Were they better at Isaac? If they wanted to put their mind to it, they probably would have been. Yeah. I mean, honestly, like, here's the thing. If a 6th grader wants to be better than a 25-year-old at something, they can do it. They got so much time to pass you. They only need to put in, like, 1% more effort daily, and they'll catch you eventually. It might take until they're 20. I'm not going to say they're going to do it in, like, a year. But it's like, you know, if you got a tall 6-year-old and they're like, I want to be better at basketball than James Harden. I'm sorry to tell you, James Harden. That 6-year-old, if they put their mind to it, they're going to catch it. They won't do it when they're 6. There's not going to be like a 6-year-old in the NBA anytime soon. Oh. What if you also train? Age will catch up with you. What about Bow Wow? Well, he wasn't better than James. He was like Mike. It's 2 different things. Sweetheart. Ooh. Okay, this is the moment I have not been paying enough attention to, and we're safe. And we're dead. I'm not saying follow your dreams unless you're old. I'm just telling you not to piss off any middle schoolers, because they'll spend the next, like, 2 decades doing what you do, but better, and then they'll take your job when they get old enough to enter the workforce. Oh. 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 We're back, boys. He's done it. He's done it. Oh, that's true. Then you just do what the boomers did and pull the ladder up behind you. So you're like, oh, nice job. Be a shame if I lived until I was 110. and kept my job and consistently voted against anything that makes me pay a proportional amount into the infrastructure as my parents did. Anyway, there's your merch preview. We got like 5 minutes here. We can do another level. It's got to be pretty quick though. Yeah, Koopaling Acrobatics hard. But that's the other thing. Right now, you should be looking, if you're like my age or younger, you should be looking at 70-year-olds and going, just getting pissed off and being like, I'm going to take your damn job. I'm going to get way better than you at risk analysis. And I'm going to, because I don't have lifestyle inflation, I'm going to go to your boss and be like, hey, I'll do what that guy does, but with more energy and better for half the price. Because he's getting paid like 90 grand to golf. Make them bleed. Make their pockets hurt. We're not going to sing any more lyrics there, but that's okay. Oh! And he'll look at your resume and be like, I'm gonna hire my sister's kid, actually. But, you know, you miss 100% of the shots you don't take. Oh. Send it? This is not a hard level right now. It could get there. The only thing hard is trying to figure out which part of this is the background and which part of this is the foreground. Appreciate they gave me an extra bounceable there. Oh, my mistake. I mean, there's so many questions. I gotta read up. I gotta read some parental ebooks. That's what my Audible subscription is for now. Like, if you ask me, at what age does a child get a smartphone? I have no answer for you. I would say maybe in today's modern world, when they go to kindergarten, they can get a smartphone with, like, heavily restricted parental controls on it. Like, with a smartphone that's basically only got the capability to, like, call 911 and call mom and dad. You gotta remember also, I live in a city where occasionally, like, maybe like once every 3 months in the news, there's a news story that's like, a man was eaten downtown today. We've just arrested a man on East Hastings Street carrying around a sock full of C batteries, you know? I don't know, I think like junior, well, like, I think like 5 or 6 for a phone with like a heavily enforced parental controls, maybe. I mean, like, I didn't get a smartphone until I was like 24, but they also didn't invent it until I was 21. So like, it's not really a fair comparison. He's done it. And then, like, someone asked, like, what age is acceptable to play, like, M-rated games? That's a really good question. Because, like, I think it's, like, honestly, like, 12. It's way younger than the industry standard, in my opinion. Like, 18 to play an M-rated game is actually just hilarious to me. Like, I had a friend in elementary school, and she's really nice. She's a super nice lady. But her parents went by, like, the MPAA's ratings for everything. So, like, she wasn't allowed to watch PG-13 movies until she was 13. And she kind of, like, socially, it's not like it was a disaster, but she was, like, a little stunted socially because everybody else that was, like, you know, 12 was able to watch these movies and, like, very quickly figured out what's real and what's not. And she was like at 12, everybody is trying to act like a little bit older, so she seemed even younger at 12. She had, like, the mannerisms and social cues of like a 9-year-old, you know? So it was just a little weird. So I think, like, I mean, she probably got over it eventually. I'm just saying. But like, at what age is it okay to like M-rated games? I wish I could have this conversation with my mom and go back in time, because like she wouldn't let me get Diablo when I was 12, and I was like, Mom, this thing's already, it's sorted. Don't even worry about it. It's no sweat. So instead, I waited until she went on a business trip, and then I asked my dad if I could buy Diablo 2, and let's just say I know how that worked out. What age to watch like R-rated movies? I mean, I think like 14, honestly. I guess I have a different relationship to media in that sense. Like, I don't think you should be watching a Serbian film when you're 14, but like an R-rated movie that says the F word, or like, you know, maybe some people get shot or their shoulders get chopped off or something. I'm like, I feel like 14's not crazy. Anime? Maybe like 30. I only want them to watch like Ghost in the Shell. Just the first movie. That's about it. Yeah, okay. Kate said, yeah, okay. I'm gonna lose that battle. But like, without answering never, like what is the age in which it's acceptable for a child to drink a full soda? You can't answer never. That's not realistic. I was thinking like 10. I was having sodas before 10. But my parents were also still in that generation that was like, sodas aren't that bad. At least it's not full-fat peanut butter. Eight, 9. You can't say never. Because then when they go to college, all they're going to do is drink soda. They're going to drink so much soda, their freaking head's going to explode. Kate, are we good to pivot, by the way? She said, okay. All right, let's do that. We're going to play Clank on Kate's stream. So I'm going to send you over there. Clank is a very good game. You are going to have to give us some time to explain Clank. It's going to take a little time to explain, but it's easy. I know people always say that, but really, it's a game where the setup looks complicated. The actual playing of the game is extremely simple. It's not one of those games where the board is like 4 squares and then there's 9 phases and every person's turn takes 10 minutes. The board looks like 13 Dead End Drive. The turns take 30 to 60 seconds. But anyway, I'm going to send you over there. Apollo will be there as well. It will be a fun time. And I'll see you there. Thanks for watching today. And then I'll just sit here for like another 5 seconds or so, if that's cool with you. And then I'll like press this button or whatever. And see you soon.